Hello and welcome to episode 31 of the XrmToolCast. In this episode, Jonas and I speak with Julia Simpson. Julia is relatively new to the CRM, XRM, CDS, Dataflex, whatever name we're giving it this week, platform, coming over from F&O, and we talk through what it's like to be a newbie in this area. She describes her first tool experience in the XrmToolBox, and her experience just with getting to experience this amazing community that we've all created here around this platform. It's definitely fun to hear an outside person's perspective on what it's like to experience our community and our tools that revolve around this platform. We also find out that I cannot introduce a guest properly, and that Jonas bleeds on his icons. So sit back, and let's get started. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the XrmToolCast. With me, your host, Daryl, always raising the bar, and Jonas, who bleeds Swedish blue and yellow rap. How are we doing, Jonas?
Yeah, my blood is, I don't know if that's good or bad to have blue and yellow blood,
A,
but yeah,
B,
it's good.
A, B, O, and then there's blue and yellow.
Okay, yep, I got that one. Yep. Anyway, I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm doing good. We've had a rather slow down in the number of suggestions for shows, so we're having to come up with some ourselves. So if you don't like these as a listener, then feel free to send in ones that you would like. But for the meantime, I think this is actually a really good idea. So we've brought in a guest who is really, really new to the dynamic CE/CRM XRM/Dataflex world. And just to kind of ask about what's it like to step into the world and to see what tools are existing and out there and finding it and all that kind of fun stuff. So this is kind of for the newbies to kind of learn from those that are recently not newbies. So our guest for today is Julia, and I'm blanking so hard I didn't get your last name because I didn't even know you, Julia. I just know that you were recommended from me. What's your last name, Julia?
You can call me just Julia. That's fine.
Just Julia. Just Julia?
No,
Just Julia.
It's actually Simpson.
Simpson, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
like
you.
the cartoons.
Oh, so you must be having that yellow blood at least then.
I'll tell you
Callback.
what, there's no joke that you could say that I wouldn't have heard before.
Oh, I understand.
Growing up
Sorry.
in the peak of Simpsons. No, don't be sorry. It's all good.
Well, I have kind of strange name that means something both in Swedish and in English as well, so I get my share of that.
Oh, fantastic.
I feel
What does
with
it
you.
mean in Swedish?
Rap, it means quick, fast, or it could also mean like the whip you get, the whip from a whip when someone whips you. That's a rap.
Is
So
that the
it-
sound, or is that the actual physical thing?
No, it's a physical thing that's the event of being hit by a whip is a rap.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm trying to think. I'm sure we have an English word for that as well, but I couldn't
Yeah,
tell you what it is.
I actually the other day I tried to Google Translate it or Bing Translate, sorry, and it just said whip, whip as in the adjective or noun or whatever. Well,
If we have a name for the little plastic cap on shoelaces, we have to have a name for what it's like for a whip hitting you.
yes, indeed.
Um,
Okay. So I think we've exhausted all the topics for today. Or maybe we should try to get there.
So, yes, Julia, I do, not in honor of your name, but just in honor of The Simpsons, I do happen to use Terrace Avenue, the address of The Simpsons, a lot in a lot of my demos and stuff, and just see if people can catch the reference to The Simpsons. That's kind of funny. But you are not from the CE, I guess, Dataflex Pro world, I guess. Is what
Dataflex Pro. Yeah, isn't that strange?
Yeah,
It's very
Microsoft. Microsoft is always changing things. We'll see if it sticks, because I know at least one company that says they have a copy or trademark on that name. So who knows what will happen? But maybe next week it'll change. But you are from the finance and ops world, correct?
I am, yes. I'm from
Okay.
the other side of D365.
All right.
The dark side.
So
The dark
This
side,
is-
yes.
this is the side that is completely different until marketing decide to make them not different.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, we could always argue. I want to argue that we've always been Dynamics for a long time, but you guys have been Dynamics 365 longer. We were just Dynamics AX.
Yeah. Yeah.
which isn't. But mind you, FinOps has gone through so many name changes. It's not even FinOps anymore. That who knows what it's going to be in 6 months' time. Once they get over the joys of Dataflex and Dataflex Pro name change, they'll move on to FinOps next. They always do.
Okay. All right. Yep. They get bored and just have to keep on changing names. Yep.
Yep. It's all about licensing, isn't it? When they
is.
change the name, they can change the licensing because they give us too long to figure out all the loopholes.
It's new.
Which is what I love about CE and Power Platform.
When they do that, we have this excellent tool in Finland. The tool is called Jukka Niiranen. He figures everything out the day after the announcement from Microsoft.
Yeah.
So he already has a blog on all the licensing implications of Dataflex and Dataflex Pro and so.
Yes.
So that's
Yes.
maybe the first tool you should learn to know.
That's not a XrmToolBox, is it?
Sorry?
That's not in your toolbox, is it? Is
Well,
that just a blog?
I'm considering options of putting him in the toolbox, but I don't know how that will work out and what his wife will say about it.
Yes, that is the secret key to when something comes out. You just wait for Juka to put a blog post out about it, and then most of your questions are answered, and you don't have to sift through all the mounds of evidence. So, I don't know how many alcoholic beverages I owe him, but I probably owe him quite a few, just from all that stuff. And actually, ZDNet, I think is it ZDNet, one CNET, or there's some online website that's fairly large, actually was quoting him already from his blog about the Microsoft announcement I saw. So that was kind of
that must have been today, because I mean,
yes,
it's not a lot of hours since the announcement.
No, there has not been. There's not been. So Julia, you what brought you into this? We'll just stick with CE for now, or maybe we'll stick with XRM because that's what we'll stick with XRM for now. How about that? What brought you into this XRM, CRM, CDS, CE world?
Well, it all started off. Our company was trying to convince its FinOps consultants to touch the Power Platform because none of us wanted to. So they held a competition, saying, best app wins, essentially, and they put some money value on it. And so I decided I'm gonna go for this money. And I built my very first app then. And at that time, it was just using Canvas apps, Power Automate, and Canvas and Power Automate. Oh, and CDS as just custom entities. Essentially. I never got into the model-driven apps until probably this year. This year has probably been when I've started being forced to go down the model-driven route. Anyway, so did my first app. Didn't win, unfortunately. Came second.
Aww.
I know.
I would have voted for you.
Thank you. Mind you, when you saw what the other guy did, it was, I understand why I didn't win. But,
okay.
So it was the money that lured you into the Power Platform?
Well, it was
or the idea of getting money.
Within FinOps, there are a bucket load of usability gaps. So these are little things that just when you demonstrate it to a user, they're like, really? And they just don't like it. And I've always said, and I'm probably going to get shot for saying this, is that FinOps is a good all-rounder. It'll do everything for you, but it won't do anything well.
Yeah.
It's not quite like CE or any of the CE modules like sales and field services where you've specialized so much on that one little thing. And when you see what it can do, you're sitting there going, oh my gosh. We do everything. ERP system does everything. It doesn't do everything amazingly, but it does do everything. It's a trade-off.
It's great to hear that you are new into this sphere of the XRM stuff, because you're still like happy seeing everything is working so fine and it's so specialized. I mean, for us old farts in the game, well, it's like we're just everything it itches and scratches every time you try to do something with a platform. But it's great to hear the positivism here.
Well, yeah. So it took me a while to get into model-driven apps, and that was mostly because I don't know how to use your classic view. And I just don't understand how it works. I don't know, and I don't get it. But I have been slowly forced into using the classic view, now that I've had some friends in the Power Platform community help me out, saying you really got to get into the classic view for this. I've always used the unified interface view. So
But
some of the
sorry, I
stuff.
have to stop you. That
Okay.
feels kind of backwards. You're being dragged into going back to the old interface.
It can do more on your
Yeah,
forms and your views. There's
yeah,
more that you can do in the classic
yeah.
compared to the
Are you on premise or online mostly?
online. Yeah,
Online
always
still.
online.
Wow, I'm surprised.
Um, yeah, I just found there's more, you can do so much more with the classic viewer forms. Maybe not in solutions,
Mm.
um, than what you can do in the unified.
Yeah.
Um,
Are you talking about when you're customizing the system or when you're actually using the system?
Customizing it,
Yeah, okay,
always
okay.
customizing it. Not I've never used it in classic. Can you still use it in classic?
I think you still can, but they will
Oh,
sort of pull the plug end of October or something like that.
okay. This is something else I found as well. It's really, really interesting, just terminology. It's so different between us because I had no idea that you could even use an app in the classic view or what they refer to as the classic view. And there's
Mhm.
just different things. Coming from the new world, I've only ever learnt what the blogs, the recent blogs tell you what it is. You
Yeah.
don't know the background. It's
hmm
fascinating.
Yeah, that's true, and it's very true. There's a long history in how the platform has evolved, and now with the last step being pulling the plug on all the classic interface features, and so I can definitely realize that. I mean, when you're coming into this ecosystem at this point, when the transition is not really done, it can definitely be challenging to know what to do where and why.
It's definitely the modern one is definitely still my home ground. It's where I prefer to be.
Mm,
But it is also very interesting when I talk to some more people who have grown up in the CRM and the CE industry, and they're like they go straight to
yeah.
classic each time. It's really it's a little bit of a battle
Yeah, and
because
I mean,
everything's in a different place.
yeah, and I'm on the other side of that because me and or rather, my colleagues, they tend to stick with the classic because they know it works, and they don't want to have to go to the maker portal to see if it works there, if it's available yet. It's so much faster to just do it in the old classic interface. So then I have to go, yeah, but you should really transition. You should sort of adopt it as soon as possible. But yeah,
I
it
always
can.
do it in modern until I come across a hurdle
Hmm?
and I Google if I can do it. And then if I can do it, then I'm like, all right, I'm going to have to swap
Yeah,
and go to
okay.
classic. But it took me a while to get used to classic.
Hmm.
It looks very different, doesn't it? Um,
Yeah, it does, yeah.
feels more
So since you
codey.
said you Google for help, what's your situation? Are you the only one working around Power Platform and CE stuff at and are you a partner or a customer
I'm a
as well?
partner organization. We actually
Hmm?
have we have a CE team.
Oh,
And they're fantastic, but a lot of the learning I do is my own self-learning. I
okay.
have built now a couple of model-driven apps for the company, which I thought is a big step for me, and I think that's when I started learning how to use your XrmToolBox,
Yeah.
is when I started
Ah.
building customer model-driven apps rather than just personal ones.
Okay.
So what's the first XRM Toolbox tool that you started to use, and how did you find out about it?
Okay, so the first one I started to use was called Fetch XML. Um, and I
I've heard of that.
Now there's Fetch XML Tester and
Yeah.
Fetch XML Builder, two different
build
tools. So Builder.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Jonas's tools. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yep. So
um,
that's his tool.
thank
You'll
you
notice
very
by all
the
the bright blue and yellow logo
Yes.
design with letters. That's
I,
every single one of those.
I
Jonas.
spilled my blood on the logos.
Oh, see, okay. Yeah, and it was essentially I had a I call it a denormalized table or a normalized table, whatever, a table that
Mhm.
had different relationships, and I
Yeah.
was sending information through Flow, um, to create a CSV file at the end of the day. So the whole app was around the idea of the customer received invoices into their shared mailbox. The app then took that information, uploaded into not into SharePoint. Good God. I know.
Don't curse.
Don't uploaded it into CE. From CE, we then did a whole bunch of lookups to that information. So we had invoice headers and invoice lines information. We looked up to the vendor groups, VAT groups, that sort of information. And then it went through an approval process. So we had an approval matrix. We sent and did the approvals all through Flow, using the Flow approvals functionality to save on licensing costs. Because the approvers, there's about 100 approvers, and they didn't want them all to have a Power Apps license because they were being,
100 approvers for one thing?
For invoices.
Okay.
So vendor invoices. You're thinking a large corporation that's got a couple of mil turnover, maybe a little bit more. They get a lot of invoices, a lot of vendor invoices. People are purchasing things left, right, and center. And they were on paper-based approval before this, and the whole thing that came about why this app was needed was that they couldn't send the paper around anymore because they weren't in the office. So we built it in like a week. Got this app built and done in a week, and then went into testing and then went into live the next week after that.
Microsoft must be so glad to have you. You're like one of their success stories.
Well, we don't really talk about
We
this.
got rid of all the papers in a week.
So it's not my thing to like shout about this, but this is getting me to the fetch XML because I needed to create a CSV file that had header and line record information, and I needed them to all be related, and I needed to look up to different relationship databases to create my CSV at the end of the day, or when the person presses a button. And using in Power Automate, using the purple connector, the CDS connector. Oh my gosh. Using the CDS connector, when you have a relationship database, it just gives you a GUID number.
Yes.
And I needed to get the values associated. I couldn't use the GUID anymore. I needed all the associated values. And so I did a lot of Googling, and that's where I came across Fetch XML Builder.
It's a time
Wasn't that
right?
a long story for something that was really quite simple?
No, okay.
So you found it via Google then?
Yeah, because I needed to see for that record what was the information on the related table, and I didn't want to do extra API calls and get extra information and say, okay, we'll look up this and then this and then this and then this. I didn't want to have loops within loops, so that's where I was using Fetch XML to help me build out that bit of code, which was really quite, in my view, as a non-codey person, quite confusing.
Yeah, it is. OData format is not always very intuitive.
No, but the best I can do is equals. This field equals and then a variable. That's my filtering. But filtering on entities is fine. It's the fetching the extra information. That's why I used Fetch XML.
Okay.
And I never touched it. I never touched XrmToolBox after that until a Power Platform happy hour a month or so ago, maybe 2 months ago, when someone did a demonstration on Iconator.
Oh,
and that was my mic drop moment that this is a really cool tool and toolbox. You know what I mean? Like now I'm like, okay, what else is in there? I saw that people could change the icons on entities in model-driven apps, and I've always like, this is why you get a coder to do stuff. Because I've always thought it was outside of my realm as a no-code person. Never thought I could use it. And then this Iconator thing, it's so easy to use. You like click, and then you click, and you click, and you press upload, and it's done. So I was really, really impressed with that.
It's a really good one, and that one is actually by Tanguy Toussaint, who is the godfather of XrmToolBox, who created the whole box for all the tools.
And after that, it's like, okay, so what else is out there? The Power Platform community in the UK is really strong and really supportive, and so the guys have been saying, well, have you tried this? And one of the guys that's regularly in the meetings, Carl, has just uploaded his latest one. I don't know if he has more than one. Sorry, Carl.
Is it Carl Cookson?
Yes, that's him. Fantastic, really sweet person who's willing, even though I couldn't figure out... I don't know if you guys do the same thing, is you download something, you play with it, and if you can't figure it out intuitively, then you read the instructions.
of course.
Well, no
We're
one
both
wants to read the
developers and men.
instructions.
Yeah. But the wonderful thing about Carl is I couldn't figure it out intuitively, so he's offered to like talk me through it and go through it as well. It's just absolutely amazing what these guys can do and offer.
The thing with us developers of these tools is, I mean, primarily we create them to make our own lives easier, and secondly, we do it to help other people. And when we see someone actually using it, of course, you want to help and make sure that you learn how to use it properly and so on. So, totally understand that. So, was it his entity diagram generator that you were playing with?
Yeah, I was so curious because it's one of the very first things that we do when we start planning out an app, or at least I've been trained to do. And admittedly, I've done free apps, so free model-driven apps. So I'm not the expert in this. But my boss always said, or the techie boss said, you have to do your diagram first before you hop in and start building away. You have to do your diagram first, your entity diagram. And I mean, this would be kind of like a cute way to get around it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's cheating.
No one got knows about it.
No one.
So, Julia, here's a question for you. Have you ever created a attribute on an entity and said, "Oh, dang it, this is the wrong type," but it's already on like 3 different views and the form and stuff like that? You ever done that?
Yes.
Is this a leading question?
Yes, of course it is.
Don't tell me there's a tool for that.
Have you found the power of the attribute manager to change that for you automatically?
I'm going to click on it right now. What is it called? Attribute manager. There we go.
Attribute manager. Yeah, Jonas is getting his tool plugged. I got to get my tool plugged.
100%.
Of course.
So this is so if you make it like a yes no, but it needs to be a multi-choice.
Correct. As long as you actually.
No,
a
good
single,
example.
A single
Okay,
option set. It does not support multi-choice, I don't believe, actually, at the point. But
so you picked the one thing his tool doesn't do, Julia. That's not nice.
Yeah, thanks. That's like the one feature that came out semi-recently.
Oh, good. Can it do this? Nah.
No.
All right. A text and a date. Date is date and time is a common one, and numbers, whole numbers and decimal places.
Yep. It'll switch back and forth between those. Now, underneath the covers, it literally is deleting the column and adding a new one, but it's moving all the data and stuff.
And it's updating all your forms as well.
Yep, and it's updating all your forms and any workflows and any custom actions and stuff like that.
That's cool.
Now that I think about it, if you had any flows connected to it, they may break because they may have no idea that thing updated. But anyway, that's a lot. Yeah.
Flows break anyway.
Doing it in dev.
Flows break anyway.
Yeah.
Flows
They've
break
got better
anyway.
airflow than
Sorry,
that.
we have to call it Power Automate now because there's Power Automate like automated flows. There's so many words for flows, and this is something I've noticed as well is that at least the CRM CE guys that I talk to, when they refer to a flow, they refer to like a CE flow, which is kind of it does stuff
workflow?
for you. A workflow, yeah. Which is very different to a FinOps workflow, which is very different to a Power Automate flow.
Correct. All these things sound very similar, but in fact are nowhere near the same thing.
I know.
Okay.
And yet they've
But
run a data
don't say that because that'll just make Microsoft change the names again.
I can kind of get. I mean, I thought it was going to be called like Data Power or Power Data. That's more in line with their branding, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't know if Teams is going to go to Power Teams, and I think they're wanting to get. I think they're wanting to get companies in on the Kool-Aid as quickly as they can, basically. So I think I think that's the reason they're keeping the power out of it. I don't know.
Yeah, and also the fact that you can use it outside of the Power Platform. Actually, if you're using it for an app in Teams, a Teams app, then it's not technically Power Platform. So it's using what we used to call the CDS Lite backend, but the data flakes. So it's not really Power Platform, they say. But let's not go there.
So what's another really cool little XrmToolBox thing that I should be getting on to
Level up.
Level up?
Yeah.
Is that
Level
literally
up
is that an app or is that just like you just telling me go and level up?
No. It's a extension for Chrome or Edge. It's in the Chrome tool store, and it gives you probably the scariest thing for most people that are new to Dynamics CRM is the God mode. So when you're on a form and you want to edit something, but it's like disabled, you just go up and click that button, and it unlocks every single field, shows you every field that's visible, and you can do whatever you want to on the form. So it's like the great power, great responsibility sort of idea there. But yeah, you can go in
Does
and
that break
edit.
things?
Does it break things?
Yeah.
It helps to call out security through obscurity.
It's like
In that
this
sense.
this good-minded, good-hearted hacker. I will break your system, but only to make sure that you fix it.
Yeah. It's only for you on your local machine in your local window. It doesn't do anything
Okay.
outside of that.
And it has,
So-
does it have like sort of controls around, is it a sandbox or a developer or a C or a production environment?
It's just a extension for your browser. So whatever environment you're open, you have the ability to use the tools in there. If that makes sense. So
That is a great power comes great responsibility.
And it has I mean, that's just one of like the 30 or 40 different things that happen. See, the history of that tool is that at one point in time there were all these little code snippets that people were using, bookmarklets. There we go, bookmarklets that people would bookmark, and it was just some JavaScript code that would run, and it would do something on the form for you. And so one of the MVPs got all these together and just made it into a tool that you would just run, so you and you could share it easy that way, and everyone could download it and use it the same way. So most of the
That's
tools were kind of
amazing.
pushed together from all these other tools, and yeah, it's a really, really nice feature to be able to use and to.
I think another thing in the level up that I really, as a developer, like, and it's very extremely harmless, is that you can click a button and it will flip all the labels of all the fields on the form, and instead of the display name, it will show the technical name of the attribute. So you can see, okay, this attribute is called JR underscore my shoe size, whatever. So when you're writing your code or when you're working with, whatever, of course you store your shoe size.
Actually,
So you can see all the technical names when you're creating your flows or whatever you're doing.
that would be really quite useful is the background names, because it does get you can get that confusion behind it. And is it if I don't know Java, is it going to be friendly enough for me?
It's buttons.
It's
Okay,
just
cool.
buttons.
That's
It's
good. 'Cause,
just buttons.
I don't do Java. I don't do any code. I can do a lookup, and that's about it, or an if statement.
That's why we have people like Natrash who created a level up and to do all that stuff for you.
That's amazing.
We actually have it in episode 8 of the XrmToolCast as a callback. We had Natraj on to talk about level up. So
Right.
I've just
back in the
gone to
day.
their website. I'm hoping it's their website. Either that, or I've clicked on someone called Level Up CRM.
Could be. I don't think he has a website for it. It's just an extension for Chrome that you can find if you
In the
look for
Chrome- the Chrome
extensions
store.
within
Oh,
Chrome.
okay.
Yeah.
it's got a little rocket, little cartoon
Oh,
rocket.
that's so
spaceship
cute.
Yeah.
So, yep. I'm sure he'll be happy to hear you say that.
I'm sure it'd be a very manly rocket. Don't worry. Not a cute one.
That's funny. That's funny. That felt like the great aunt comes in and pinches your cheeks and say, "Oh, you're so cute," kind of thing. That I've had in my life, I guess, back when I was not as big as I am now. So.
So, Julia, I know you mentioned there's the community in the UK is great for sort of helping out and so on. And we actually had another episode where Daryl brought his best Power Apps or Canvas app tool on the show, which was a guy, Matt Veloso, Matt Devaney, sorry. And he called him.
Devaney, yes.
He was the Daryl's best tool. So what do you see
When are you going to do
regarding
an
that?
XrmToolBox for Canvas apps then? I'm teasing you. Don't worry.
I think you have tools, or Daryl, you have done something around Canvas apps and tooling, right?
Yes, although it would be very heavy towards the developer side of the Canvas app, which is kind of funny. So, for moi, Julia, when I'm working on a Canvas app, usually they tend to be very large, like multi-months working on it, not like a week. And
Wow.
so there's lots of no code, lots of low code in the low code environment, thousands of lines, and being able to know what I changed yesterday or what changed from today and last month is very difficult. And so I wrote a tool that when you export that out, it will go through and export out all the different controls that you have in your form and spit them out as separate files, and then you can check those into source control of some sort and be able to see what changes have been made.
That's cool.
So that's extremely helpful whenever I'm working on in a project where it's lots of code in the low code environment, and or even just knowing, where was this, I don't know if you've ever done this, but you may have accidentally dragged a control from one spot in the form to another spot in the form and completely forgot what the formula you had that was defining whether it was where the X value was or the Y value was.
Mm-hmm.
If you had that tool and extracted it and then had it open in a search editor or something, most likely a VS Code would work really simple for that. You could search and find that particular control and go find the attributes for the X and the Y and copy that formula and paste it back in without having to do some big backup and restore the actual app itself. So, yes.
Cool.
Yes, so
That is
I
awesome.
am now blanking on the name of that tool. What is it now? It's CDS, Canvas App Packager. There we go, Canvas App
Canvas
Packager.
App
Me and
Packager.
names, not
Yeah.
doing so well today. So
That's okay.
forgot
I've-
Julia's name and forgot my own tool name.
So that
There's
was interesting,
something-
but that was not where I was going, Daryl. Thank you.
Oh, really?
I was going
Where were
about,
you going?
I was going around the community around you. I mean, I'm curious when you step into this side of the ecosystem, how are you using the community? I mean, are you attending meetups every week, or are you just hanging out in the Badger pub? Or I mean, how do you reach out when you need help, and sort of what do you see are the best channels to use? That kind of the tooling side.
Twitter is amazing.
Yes.
You'll get a much quicker response on Twitter. I don't know what everyone does with their day, but it seems that if you put out a tweet with the right hashtags like Power Platform or Power Addicts,
Yep.
people just jump up to help you.
Yeah.
And that's how I got onto Iconator. Was I put out a hashtag about that, and just people jumped up and volunteered, and it was just amazing.
Yeah.
I try to go to every meetup that I can without getting burnout. Burnout, I think, especially virtual meeting burnout at the moment, is a big thing because
Yes.
there is so much on, and now we can go to multiple different time zone meetings as well.
Yep.
You can go to a pub in the morning.
Yeah. On a Thursday morning, or you can go to a pub. The Badger is a lot of fun, and it's a lot more casual. People don't seem to talk too heavy in that sort of situation. But the Power Platform Happy Hour I've found really nice because it's 15-minute infos usually. Like everyone talks for about 15 minutes, which is nice for the attention span.
Yeah.
And then there's all sorts. We're really, really lucky in the UK that we have this amazing user group, and there's always sessions on. The Dynamics user group community is always putting on sessions, and if you're lucky enough to access past recordings, you can access them. And most of them, these events that are happening, which happen at least monthly or quarterly, or at the moment it even feels like weekly, they're all free to go to. D365 Saturdays have been amazing. Back when we were allowed to go out, they were just amazingly run. And Andrew
Bibby?
Yep.
Bibby,
Bibs?
the work that he does with the Dynamics user group for CE or D365 is amazing as well.
Yeah.
There's always really interesting sessions, and even if you think you know the topic, it's really cool just to see what you don't know, because everyone has a different way of clicking and doing something, just because a different pathway to do something, which is really cool to find out.
Yeah. And I think that's very true for me as well, because I mean, when you're working with it, you work the way you are working, and you sort of get tunnel vision. You're only doing it the way you did it yesterday, and you don't really see the new opportunities that are out there.
Yeah, and you find out all these sorts of wonderful things are available for you, such as Fetch XML and Iconator, and Attribute Manager. I've just found the Level Up extension and I've downloaded onto my Chrome. So tomorrow's
Yep.
going to be a fun day.
Yep, there is a lot to get lost in there with, in a good way.
I think that is another one of the overwhelming factors about being so new as well, is there is so much there. There's just so much to see and to do and to get your head around.
I'm getting the impression that you don't see the same kind of commitment and engagement around the where you come from in the FinOps side of things, or is that just because I only see our side, or how would you describe it?
FinOps people, including myself, we're very proud of our software. Do you know what I mean? We've always been, we all, we're black and white in that sort of situation.
And you defend it no matter what.
Of course, I love FinOps. I mean, I used to use it as an accountant. I'm not only a consultant, but I was an end user as well. There's definitely a battle, and I think we're getting better now. I mean, there's been fantastic pioneers out there, such as Will Dorrington and Kayla Bloomfield, who are really championing the merging of FinOps or Fin Supply Chain Commerce. And CE, and we're now starting to, especially with all the stuff that's coming out, such as dual right, virtual entities, and the integrator, we're starting to actually become a proper joint system.
Yeah.
Which I think is awesome.
So Microsoft Marketing gets their will finally.
Well, hopefully. I mean, there is still battles, isn't there?
Yeah.
We still don't play nicely yet, but we are getting. At least we can be on the same playing field now.
Yeah.
And it's going to be cool when we start playing a bit better together.
So a helpful tip for, and I think you've kind of figured this out already on the Twitterverse, but if there is a tool if there's something that's painful, there's probably already a tool out there. And to tweet to the XrmToolBox account on Twitter is a good way to figure out if there's a tool that already exists out there. Hey, I had to go do this, and it's really painful. Is there a tool that would help? Because most of the time there already is, and if there isn't, lots of times there's somebody that's willing to make it.
Is there anything to help you manage flows in solutions? Microsoft Power Automate flows in solutions, because that is just a nightmare. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. If you guys have put Power Automates into solutions, is that a big no-no?
No, it's a big yes. It's tricky, but you really should do it. I mean, you don't want to keep them outside of solutions. So in that case, I would suggest one of my own personal tools, which is Sara Lagerqvist, my colleague. she has written a blog post or a review about it, and she has really struggled and learned the hard way some things.
So even if there's not a tool, there's a person that you can use for a tool.
Yes. Use and abuse.
People are tools too. If you ever get any FinOps questions, I mean, I'm not sure how much use, but I can be there.
Of course. Now we got your name.
There's so many amazing people out there in the community doing so many amazing things. It's lovely finding out about them.
Yeah.
And I have to admit, at least the CE world and the D365 CE world, you guys are so friendly. Really, really lovely people.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
We're all standing on the shoulders of giants, though. I'll go back to when day one, back in 2000, I guess it was 2011 when I started using CE for the first time. I knew nothing, and there's one or two guys on the Stack Overflow that I was asking programming questions to that basically taught me what I needed to know, and I owed them a lot. One of them I actually ended up rooming with him at MVP Summit year before last, so it's kind of funny. But yeah, amazing. It's we give because we actually been given to first. I think we owe a lot more than we've ever can give back. I think so. I think that's a really I'm glad that that's the way that experience is coming in, and it's not click-like, because that could definitely be the case as well, but all are welcome.
Okay. I'll eventually get everyone to stop referring to CE as D365. It's okay. That's my life.
No, it's XRM.
It's XRM.
We know.
It's
Are you gonna
yeah.
rename it now that CDS has been renamed?
So what Jonas? At least
Toolbox?
what I've defined is I go by whatever the actual SDK is. So if Microsoft like engineering hasn't decided to put the effort and money into actually changing the SDK name, then I kind of stay still. So I was assuming that they'd be changing it with this new .NET framework stuff that they're coming out with, the .core framework stuff. I'd assume that there was going to be a name change, but now all of a sudden with this DataFlex stuff, I don't know if they decide to scrub it and start all over the new one or what. So yeah, I guess that's my reasoning. Jonas, you got a reason? You got an answer for that?
No, I don't. I'll just sit back and see. And
We'll wait to see if it changes again.
it's still XRM to me. I mean, Microsoft may call it whatever they want. I don't think why I should really bother. Okay, somewhere in some slide I show to customers maybe, but other than that, it's XRM. But I need to come back to this. You're mentioning everyone is so helpful and friendly. I have a feeling it comes from. I mean, now the Power Platform is one of the big bets from Microsoft. But when I started, it was even earlier, 2009. I mean, this was a really tiny product in the Microsoft family or the product families there. So it kind of got to, I think that sort of helped making sure that we liked the platform. We wanted it to grow. We wanted to make sure that our friends overseas and our competitors at home as well succeed with the platform because we like the platform. So that kind of tears down any competitive, I don't want to share my secrets kind of attitude.
Which is just so refreshing because in FinOps we are fiercely competitive.
Mhm.
And I love how you guys are just so open and willing to help.
Yeah.
And there's so many of you. It's
There is.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's growing every day.
It
You
is.
included.
Yeah, now you're part of it.
Oh dear. You're all in
Now
trouble.
now you owe us. You don't know when or where, but we will call you.
I can help you out with UK VAT. That's what I've been
Oh,
doing all day today.
Oh, great. My son
Oh,
is employed by a UK company. I have no idea how to do the tax returns. I will call you.
That's tax returns. That's not VAT.
Yeah, VAT somewhere. It's something with
It's got
tax and
tax in
money.
the
But you
word of
know
it, doesn't
somebody
it?
that would.
Yeah, exactly. That's great. I'll call you.
Not a problem. I'll help as much as I can. I've always say I can help as much as I can, or at least I can try and find someone that can help
Yeah.
more than what I can.
Yeah, and I think that's the strength of this also. I mean, socializing, getting contacts here and there. I have answers for 10% of the questions I get asked, but I have a referral to someone who does know the answer most of the time.
You guys have such an amazing network. It's something to be really proud of.
Yep.
Yeah, we're very lucky. Very lucky.
Okay.
Well,
Do
Julia,
you have any more
I appreciate the
questions?
time. No, I mean, if there's, I guess we've seen your first tool. We've offered you some new tools.
Amazing.
You've used the XrmToolBox. You're getting plugged into that. You've found out about Level Up, which is one of the biggest ones outside the toolbox. Our episode we just released last week was on one that's not even in the toolbox, CDS.tools. I wonder if David's going to have to change that now. He probably is. But CDS.tools, I'm sorry, is a webpage for doing. Has some tools in there that are helpful. Those are pretty techy. I guess maybe the one that's probably the most helpful I can think of is where you get to see all that happens. So if you have something that's happening, you save a form and all of a sudden some value changes. You don't know what changed it. Was that a workflow? Was that an action? Was that something? I mean, was that some plugin? Like, it would go through and show you like the things that are firing on that event. So that's kind of a helpful tool out there too. So,
That does remind me of the other one, that PCF components.
Yes.
That one is cool. That's a very cool website.
Yeah,
Yes,
PCF.gallery.
Gallery,
Yeah.
is that what it's called?
Yeah,
So sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can find a lot of stuff there, and that only would require like 5 episodes here.
There's some really
Yes,
cool stuff
yes.
there. The people that put stuff onto that is just amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One day, Jonas and I will put something on there.
Yeah, I promise one day. I've promised that for 2 years now, or one year at least. But the
Also
thing
the
is, with
Canvas
all
app
the
components now, though. They're putting up Canvas app components on PCF Gallery now.
yeah,
Are they? I didn't know that.
yeah,
I've just
I
gone
think
onto
so.
the
And it
website,
is,
and there's one for Canvas apps here. It's
yeah.
amazing. I thought it was just
And
a
I think
model-driven.
the thing that is the primary reason I haven't put anything there is so many people are doing it, so there's almost no good ideas left. I have one though. I just need to find a customer to pay for it.
That's so true.
Well played. Well played, Jonas.
Did I say that out loud? Damn.
Awesome. Well, Julia, thank you so much for your time. Hopefully this is helpful for someone that's brand new and maybe feeling some of the same sort of feelings of I have no idea where things are or what to do, but at least finding that the community is helpful and out there and available and ready to sacrifice quite a bit of their time to actually help you in ways that you wouldn't even imagine. So, thank you for all of your compliments to the community on that. We'll take the compliments, but really they're for the community as a whole, and I wholeheartedly agree with what you said. So, thank you for your time, and thank you that you still talk to us, even if I didn't even get your last name at all when I introduced you. So,
It's okay.
Thanks for that.
Thank you
Julia,
very
if people want to
much.
reach out to you, or if you have anything you want to plug, now's the time for a shameless promotion. So, how do people reach out to you, and what do you want people to know about what you do?
Okay. Well, I am a FinOps consultant that's in Power Platform. So if you ever have a FinOps question or a FinOps with Power Platform, I would love for someone to reach out to me so I could help to start pay back the debt that I feel like owe the community.
Good luck.
I don't think I ever will, but I mean, at least if I can feel like I'm contributing, I'd feel a little bit better. I have Twitter. You're going to now ask me what my Twitter handle is, which is fantastic because I do not know. Oh, here we go. It's at JuliaJ87.
Julia J87. All right.
Yeah, very creative. First name, middle name, initial, and date of birth.
You're bored. Yep. Okay.
Otherwise, I'm always on LinkedIn as well. So just ping me on LinkedIn or chat to me on Twitter. I'd love to make some new friends. That's it.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, Jonas, that's how people can get a hold of our guests. How can people get a hold of us and send in suggestions for new shows?
I think they should do that on Twitter as well. And then they can even add these voting buttons or something to get more votes to do the session. So on Twitter, very easy, at XrmToolCast. We're also on LinkedIn. Just search for us there or send us an email, cast@XrmToolBox.com.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Julia. Thanks, Jonas. I hope everyone has a great day. Talk to you later.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
very much. Bye.
This has been the XrmToolCast with Jonas Rapp and Daryl Labar. If you have any questions for Jonas or I, or suggestions for future episodes, please send them to cast@XrmToolBox.com or tweet to XrmToolCast.